I don't know why, but I suddenly remembered a time when, as a 19-year-old young man, I had a romantic liaison with an attractive lady. I called her Aunt Nancy, who, as it turned out, was 37 years old. As such, I have decided to share this story with you. To avoid any problems, all names and titles have been changed. So, my name is Stephen. I have an older sister named Ashley, who is 10 years older than me and works as an administrator at a club. At the time, when I was 19 years old, she managed to get me a job as a DJ. I readily accepted the offer as the pay was satisfactory and there were ample opportunities to earn extra income. As soon as I started working, I began to establish good relationships with everyone from the bartenders and waitresses to the cooks and cleaners. Among them was Aunt Nancy, a bartender who was 37 years old. She was married and had a child. She had a pleasant appearance, dark hair, and a decent, though not flawless, physique. We became instant friends, and the age difference between us was imperceptible. We were constantly engaged in lighthearted conversation, discussing various topics, including intimate ones. I continued to work for 7 months, and then our shifts overlapped, and we started working together on Fridays. It was early evening, about 8 o'clock, and there were relatively few visitors. I arrived at work dressed in shorts and a t-shirt, appropriate for the summer season. I said hello to everyone, spoke to Aunt Nancy, and playfully noted her revealing attire, suggesting that she might have intended to attract someone that evening. She refuted my assumption, stating that she was just hot. I chuckled and stated that she shouldn't lie, as she was undoubtedly happy to see me. She laughed in response and smiled as well. I went to the restroom. I could see who was going in from the bar. Not bothering to close the latch, I went in and decided to wash my hands. Suddenly, Aunt Nancy appeared and quickly closed the latch, catching me off guard. I expressed my surprise, suggesting that she might have mistaken me for someone else. At this point, I leaned closer to her and we kissed. However, she pulled away abruptly, leaving me puzzled. And I said to her, "What am I supposed to do now? I have to work. And I'm in this awkward position. And I'll laugh at you now, but we're not done for the day," says Nancy, and walks away. I stood in the bathroom for a while, waited for me to calm down, and went back to my desk. All evening we revisited, smiling at each other. Not a lot of people in the summer, so nothing was bothering us. And now it's 5 a.m. The last drunken customers are leaving, or we're escorting them out. While the waitresses were clearing the tables, Nancy was counting the cash register. I decide to rest a couple hours until the shuttle buses start running. I put 4 benches together, creating a makeshift bed reminiscent of a sleeper on a train. Laying down a blanket and pillow, I lie down. After about 15 minutes, 2 more benches appear next to me, and Nancy is standing next to me. And she says, "Do you mind if I lie down?" I can be a nuisance. "Aren't you afraid?" I tell her, "I'll do anything. Nobody said I'd mind." She replies. She lies down, and we cover ourselves with a blanket. Thus began our love story. After that, we agreed to meet at her house in 3 days when Nancy's husband and child would go to his mother's house. As soon as her husband left, Nancy and I would relax in her bedroom. This affair continued throughout the summer, but eventually we broke up for obvious reasons. She was married, and her husband began to realize that his wife was cheating, and I was young and had found someone else. Now I'm just remembering that wonderful time in my life.